Showa and I'm a 3rd-file Rook player. Nice to meet you. Today I'm gonna talk about the pawn to 4-5 rapid attack. This video is really important, I guess. I hope you enjoy watching. Oops. Of course, the opening was 3rd-file Rook versus static Rook, and I castled my king to Mino, as usual. Now, since I had some options, I moved silver to 6-7, but this was an unusual move. The most basic one is Rook to 8-8. Actually, I explained it in the other video, so if you haven't watched it yet, please watch. I have another option, which is king to 2-8. This seems more weird, but actually, this was the best move. The opponent would move pawn to 6-5. You know, why not moving pawn to 6-5? Well, since they could just move pawn takes 6-5, the opponent would be surprised. Then, if he moves knight takes 6-5, bishop takes 2-2, silver takes knight to 7-7, and center would be advantageous because I can exchange my knight for his knight. If you are a ranging rook player, remember to use your left knight. Therefore, he would move pawn to 8-6. Then, pawn takes 8-6, bishop takes 7-7 promote, silver takes 7-7, knight takes 6-5. It seems that Sente is in trouble. However, Sente has a good counter move, which is rook to 6-8. Then, knight takes 7-7 promote, knight takes 7-7, bishop drops 3-3, knight to 8-5, bishop to 7-7 promote, pawn drops 6-3, silver to 5-1, bishop drops 6-4. Even though Gote exchanged his knight for my silver, Sente is advantageous, because I could use my knight, and Mino castle is stronger than Gote's. King to 2-8 is a rare move, so again the opponent will be surprised. Now, if you have watched my last video, you would know that rook to 6-8 or pawn to 7-5 is a good counter move against pawn to 6-5 rapid attack. That's true. However, in this case, rook to 6-8 was a questionable move. Let's see why it's questionable. If the opponent moves pawn takes 6-6, no worries. But what if he moves something else, such as pawn to 5-4? Well, Sente couldn't move pawn takes 6-5, because if I take pawn to 8-6, pawn takes 8-6, bishop takes 7-7, knight takes 7-7, rook takes 8-6, and Sente will be in trouble. Therefore, I can only develop my castle like this. However, since I'm Sente, it's not good. I was going to talk about what would happen if I move pawn to 7-5 next, but I already explained it in the other video, so if you haven't watched it yet, please watch. Although the best move was rook to 8-8. Then, pawn takes 6-6, silver takes 6-6, and if he moves pawn drops 6-5, silver to 5-5, and Sente is advantageous. So he would move pawn to 5-4, and then rook to 6-8. Do you notice something? When I move rook to 6-8, he would not move pawn takes 6-6. On the other hand, when I move rook to 8-8, he has to move pawn to 6-6, because if he doesn't, then I could just move pawn takes 6-5. This is like magic, don't you think so? But one thing to remember, I could only move rook to 8-8. When the opponent doesn't move pawn to 5-4, because if he does, then pawn takes 6-6, silver takes 6-6, pawn drop 6-5, and my silver will be taken, which means that I will be in huge trouble. You know, pawn to 4-5 rapid attack has many varieties, and you have to be careful with every game, so it's not an easy task. Just for reference, my game went like this. Again, if the opponent does move pawn to 8-6, I would be in trouble. When he moved pawn dropped 8-8, I had a great counter move, which is pawn to 7-5. Do not move your knight. I explained it in the other video, so if you haven't watched it yet, please watch. Alright, that's it for today. If you have any requests or didn't understand or something like that, please write a comment below. If you like this video, please subscribe and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching and see you again.